Hey guys, so today we are going to be doing the makeup tutorial. Finally, but like hopefully I can do more than one, but it's just because I know this has been a little bit requested now. I've actually recorded this a couple times, but it wasn't working out how I wanted. This is going to be the makeup tutorial. Now, I always start off with my brows. I've been using this NYX the brow glue, and it's been working pretty well. And what I always do, like I just pretty much gel my brows down like anyone else, but I always like make sure I flick up the front kind of a little bit because I just love the way that looks. See what I'm saying? So that's what I do for my brows, and then I fill them in. This lighting is a lot better, right guys? Fuck, I just broke this. Hold on. I mean, if you know, you know. So brows, I always start off with my brows. I can only start off with my brows ever. I just been using this black NYX pencil. You can really use any black pencil. Any black pencil works. So since my hair is black, I pretty much use black. Just try not to go like overboard still. And I just basically fill in the shape of my brows and I kind of extend it. But you just have to have a very light hand. Nothing too harsh yet. So I start with like lighter strokes and then I kind of elongate as I go along. And I like to do both eyebrows at the same time. I cannot do one at a time. Do you guys do one eyebrow at a time, or do you do both at a time? I feel like I cannot do one at a time because it already takes me forever to do my brows. And you see it's gonna start to come together as you elongate and fill in. Sometimes I'm better at filling in this side, sometimes I'm better at filling in this side, sometimes I'm better at elongating this side, but I'm kind of better at this brow right now. This brow is better for me right now. You see how the shape is kind of like slowly coming together. It's a little bit bigger than my like natural brow, you know? And so now I'm gonna take a spoolie and start to kind of brush the like fine lines a little bit, while keeping it in the shape, making sure like you don't brush it out of the shape. And I like my brows to be ombre, like gradient going into like a darker color. So I brush it, but I try not to do it too much at the same time. Try to fill them in a little bit more. I'm looking at like another mirror ahead of me, so if I look this way, you guys know why. My brows usually take me the longest and then everything else is a breeze, but when it comes to my brows, I feel like it takes so long. I'm so particular about them and I want them to be a certain way. Your brows, if they're not right, they can throw off your whole makeup. Like your brows are really the ones that have to be perfect. I've gotten it wrong many times, so I'm just even more picky now. Like I'm even more particular. Very trial and error. You might get it wrong a lot of times before you get it right. So yeah, then I just try to make sure they're the same. length really. Okay, making sure. But I do love like the lifted and extended look for brows. I used to actually lift my brows like kind of like anime brows, like a little bit higher, but I don't do that anymore. But it was low-key a look like in its time. So now I'm gonna just take the spoolie and just blend my brows a little bit more, just so the color is the same throughout. Not the same throughout, but like gradient, so it's dark where it needs to be and lighter where it needs to be. Like in the front where it needs to be light, I never touch that with the spoolie. That's something I learned, like don't touch the front of your brow with the spoolie because it'll make your brow look blocky, like if you don't want blocky brows. So yeah, I feel like it's so satisfying when it's like perfectly like gradient or like going and like to get like a little bit darker. When it has that ombre effect, I feel like that's so satisfying. I'm gonna always be an ombre brow girl. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little flat brush, and this is like old from Wet n Wild or something. I'm gonna take my Kiss Professional concealer in Cappuccino. This is like a good amount lighter than me. And I'm gonna use that to carve out my brows. So, start off in the very front. One thing that's very important, I feel like for me, it depends on the type of brows you do. Like if you like archy brows, then you might like to do this. But for me, I do not like to people start kind of going in to their brows like when they're carving it, but I like to go straight. I like my brows to be more straight and like with a slight arch. So I kind of like to like put the brush like this between my eyebrows and I just go straight. Make sure I connect to the middle. So like that's how I make sure it can be straight. And I just go straight from the middle. And then I connect all the way to the middle. I know when it gets to this area is when the arch comes in, but sometimes I skip the arch and I go straight to the end to come back to that later. I have to make sure it's leveled with the rest of the brow. But I just love carving out the brow because then that's when you can really see what you need to do, like what else you need to fix. So I'm gonna add to this arch a little bit more. It's so early, but it feels like it's so late because the freaking daylight savings ended. Okay, so that's a little bit better. And then I do the same thing with the other brow and connect it to the middle. Always connect it to the middle. Always connect it to the middle. And then like I said, I skip the middle a lot of the time. I don't know why, but it really is like carving. It really is carving, like architecture in a way. I don't know, you're creating like shapes on your face. So you're gonna start to see it come together, but I always do the bottom first. And then I start with the top. Do the same thing. You connect it to the middle and go absolutely straight. I used to only do the bottom, but when you do the top is like when you get the perfect, like that's how you can achieve the perfect brow, because it's more precise that way. It's more that way. You have to be careful. Sometimes I change my hand. I be like ambidextrous, but sometimes like it feels more right to just like hand, eye, same side, same eye, you know what I mean? Like right hand, right eye, it just feels right. Yeah. Do you see that? Maybe this side needs to be a little bit darker. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah. And you see how it kind of starts to come together. Hard, it gets precise. Like I like my shit to be precise. Precision. Okay, I feel like those ends are even. Your eyebrows are always kind of like never gonna be exactly like identical twins, but I kind of like that they kind of have their own like thing, kind of a little bit going, you know, but as a whole, like it comes together, you know what I mean? So now I'm gonna be taking a beauty blender, putting some water. Actually, I use my hands for this because I don't want to get like a piece of my brow with the beauty blender by accident. Do we like that? Because you know, blending is everything. Like you have to blend it. Blending, it all comes down to blending. That is a determination. Like if you do anything, you have to spend the most time blending. That took me a little minute. I'm having crumb cake. It's so good. It's coffee cake, crumb cake, something like that. Sweets are just even better to me now. Okay, so I've been doing my makeup. I haven't been using foundation. I've been using concealer. So I've been using this L'Oreal Paris Infallible Full Wear in the color Chestnut, 425. Drugstore ting. I got this scar on my forehead from when I was wearing a wig band. Like, and it's still there. You see it? Then I just put more water on here on my beauty blender. Then I'll take the bottom and then just and it does look a little bit light. Trust the process though. I'm gonna go in with some LA Girl Pro Concealer in the color Toffee. I've been using this color for a minute, but I'm gonna just go in on some blemishes here. And I'm gonna still use the bottom of my beauty blender, but I'm gonna squeeze it a little bit and, you know, be more precise like with the placement. So I'm not just like doing it like how I was doing my full face concealer, like squeezing it and being like more intentional about the placement. Okay, that's too late. I know that's too late, but like I said, trust the process. First, I'm gonna put down concealer so I can leave it to blend, like to stay for longer. Using the Kimchi Chic the Most concealer in the color medium tan. And I like to kind of make a little eye patch shape under my eye. Drag it with my beauty blender after. Yeah, like an eye patch shape. And then now we're gonna go in with our contour. Kiss Full Cover Concealer isn't even a bronzer or a contour, but I use it for it, and it's really, yeah, this is the color Cognac. Wait, how do you say it? Cognac? Cognac. So what I do is I like a little bit of a heavier bronze. Like I like that really bronze gorgeous look. So kind of go along the lines of where my natural face contour is, kind of. On the bottom of my jawline. And you could put some on your nose too. I like to take a brush like this. Sorry, it's like a little bit of makeup on my hand. But I like to take a brush like this. Kind of like, I don't know what brand this is. I think this is Wet n Wild or something. But so yeah, I kind of start from this corner. And I start to go inwards while staying on the top. Staying kind of in that line and going upwards again. And kind of like cupping my cheekbone a lot. See? And just bringing it all along my forehead and blending it along my jawline. Get that perfect like gradient bronze that really settles into the concealer, you see? And I haven't even blended it all yet. I'm talking like I'm a makeup expert, but I'm really not. But you know, as you start to do it, like you start to, you know, see, like I feel like it starts to come like full circle, more like I'm understanding, you know, how to do it like for my face. And stay up, never like drag it down, always like stay up with your concealer. Like I said, the key is to blend, just keep blending. So it's never like too harsh in certain areas or anything. But yeah, I like to let my concealer sit for a while. Like that's how it really gets seasoned and gets really good. But yeah, just make sure there are no fine lines. And if you do your contour angled like that, you won't need to put concealer like under that jaw, like that, you know, that cut part. You won't have to do that, because when you do it on an angle, it'll cut it for you. You see? You just try to be intentional about it. I just try to be intentional about it. No, but literally. Oh, and I forgot I put some under my nose, but when it comes to my nose, I always do use my fingers. Now I am going to shut the fuck up. He in love with that cocoa. Hey, it's my amazing sister. Hi.
Those chocolate bookies are mad good.
I feel like they're mad salty.
But I like that.
This has been sitting for a little bit too long now. Now we're going to wet our beauty blender and blend. Oh shit, this is too wet. But yeah, this concealer is really good. I'm not gonna lie. I linked it on my TikTok. I don't know why, like I don't know what it is, but when I get on camera, I cannot talk. It's on my TikTok shop and it's in one of my videos, like the link to it. And work your way out. So when it comes to the end, I always make sure like I do it on an angle, so kind of gives that line. I'll show you guys. low-key, like, and make sure you keep your concealer like upwards, where it's kind of like almost hitting your brow. And same thing with the other eye. Tea makeup at home in your robe, like I said, on an angle when you're on your way out, on an angle when you're on your way out. When in doubt, blend. But yeah, this is when I start to go in kind of a little bit closer, and like really look up close at your makeup, because I feel like people really look at their makeup from a distance, but are you really looking up close, like, and seeing, like, are you really looking up close and seeing, you know, every single thing that needs to be seen? Sometimes you even need to just blend with your finger, like. And I'm gonna go back in with leftover bronzer on the brush just to fix like certain. Oh, I almost forgot to go back in. So with the leftover concealer on the beauty blender, I just go make around my mouth and can bring some up here a little bit. I just feel like it's like the perfect like glowy golden bronze, like this color. Okay, but now so yeah, when I feel like it's super blended, I'll go in now with my bake, my favorite part, because I don't know, like it's just something about it. I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier setting powder. This is the translucent honey. I'm going to be using a powder puff. I definitely recommend getting one of these. I like it to be like a perfect line. This is part of doing your nose, so put it around my mouth, then on my forehead, and my forehead. And you see how it just mattifies everything around my nose. And so I'll take like a bigger brush like this and corner like where my eyes are and stuff, but like a smaller brush like this. I like to use on my eyelids. I said trust the process, but yeah, just make sure you blend everything. More bronze, so I'm using the BLK OPL True Color. It's more like a jelly consistency, just kind of emphasize it more. Go in with this kind of small little like angled brush and use the same bronze and start doing my nose contour a little bit. I'm gonna just go down the lines inside of where I was doing the bake as well. I like to kind of go like outside here and like get like the corners in my nose. It kind of goes against and go up top. And then what I like to do is take the same powder puff and put 2 dots on my nose. Well, one's more of a dot, one's more of a line, but you see like that. And just leave that for a little bit. I love that. It's still my fucking problem. And then I'm gonna go in. This is from the beauty supply store. Clean Color Banana Loose Powder. Yeah, this is like my banana powder that I use. Looks like that. I like to just kind of dust that on the top and put that like right under my under eye for like that really bright, perfect under eye. And I kind of just dust that under. Dust it off. When you're that bitch. Who are you? Who are me? You're that bitch. Okay, now I'm gonna go in with my e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD setting powder. Power Puff. Put on the same places that I put my concealer. I like to cut my contour a little bit with it. Oh yeah, and you're gonna want to take this off. I usually use my fingers, and I'll just put some more contour right there. To like something about those two dots just does a lot. Yeah, I'm gonna just go in teensy bit more. Just do like a last minute finishing touch blending. Then bottom lash, my bottom lashes. Just like a teensy bit. So I probably go back in with the contour a couple times, right? So it's this Revlon powder blush in Tickle Pink. This shade is really pretty. So I'll take like an angled kind of like a brush that can kind of cup my cheekbones again, like I was saying, and smile, while also like not really cupping it this time, more so like going on top of them and to the side, kind of like in the middle of where the contour and concealer is. I like a good amount of blush, to be honest. And I kind of just put some on my forehead, on my chin. I don't really like to put it on my nose though. Highlight. So I like to use, it's like this old palette that I have, Violet Voss Fun Size. But basically what I do is I use these two shades. This gold, it looks bad, gold shade, and like this kind of frosty pink shade, and I mix those together. I'll take a brush like kind of like really small like this and just mix those two together and go under my brow bone, and together it's like the perfect shade like for highlight. Do you see that? Like, And then I just put it on my nose like this. Kind of just blend it out. Lips are tricky sometimes because it's kind of hard to get like the perfect pink. Okay, I'm gonna try this blush. I literally like just like pink gloss. Okay, I'm gonna put this Diamond Plumper by Physicians Formula. I really like Physicians Formula's plumpers. They're just like, they're really like a good formula, literally. It's gonna be gloss over lipstick any day. I don't know. So I'm just add this. What do we think, you guys? I think that's the full face, you guys. Okay, just so you guys can see in more like normal lighting. So that was the only reason why I didn't use setting spray, was because I ran out. This is like the full view. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this makeup look, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please let me know if you have any questions, comments, concerns in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Happy holidays. Bye.